All right, so we're going to take a look at the great Cole Porter tune, You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, a classic, one we should know. Lot of stuff going on in here. Any Cole Porter tune is going to be intense, so I thought it was a good one to kind of dive into. Just looking at the quick chord changes, it's in the key of B flat, two flats. Starts on a G minor, so it ends in the tonic key and starts on the 6 chord, the 6 minor. Okay, the simple changes, I like to really think about this in their simplest form here. G minor to D7 to G minor. 4 measures. Okay, right up the scale. Harmonic minor with the F sharp. I love that little neighboring tone to lead you into the next phrase, which is now a 2-5-1 into E flat major, which is the 4 chord. So 2, 5, 1. All right, so all together, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, F minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so far already pretty intense. Just those couple of key changes there. Okay, now we get back to G minor on bar 9 with an A minor 7 with the flat 5 in the melody. Now you don't have to play the flat 5, you just stay with these 3 and you're in good shape. If you want to put the flat 5, put it down here, not up near the melody note. Because then, however they're going to phrase it, you don't want to be just, right? That's very intrusive to the melody. So we stay out of the way, make it easier for ourselves. That's a tough chord to get. Okay, 1 bar, then 1 bar, and then 2 beats each, or you can just stay on the D7 for bar 11, the whole measure. You don't have to switch. Okay, so ba doo dum, ba 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 doo. You see that? You can stay there, but you can also go ba ba dum. Your call, your musical creative choice. And then to an E minor 7 flat 5, which is also a G minor 6, right, with the E in the bass in its third inversion. 1 measure, A7, 1 measure, then D7 for 2 measures. Right? Okay, so the first half, let's go over that. Ba, ba, 2, 5 to E flat. Okay, A minor 7 flat 5. Great. The changes are intense. Cole Porter, amazing composer. Okay, the second half is the same as the first half for the 8 measures. Melody changes a little bit. As Cole Porter did often, he would take the same chord changes, same melodic idea, but change a few notes to end the phrase, like in What Is This Thing Called Love? Each A section is a different ending to the theme. So here's another example of it. In the first 16, bar 4, second one. Isn't that nice? Now I want to point out, and also here too, bar 5 is just a whole note. Right, and bar 21, a different way, a different melody, really. Same changes, same melodic concept, same form, and that's the brilliance of Cole Porter. Now I want to make mention, you have to notice the melody before we finish it out here, because while we're on that F minor, the melody note's a G. You don't want to be playing an A flat. Okay, so either that, block that, or that. That's why you saw me go into that. That's a nice way to, there's the 4-note chord. Either one of those notes works, or just that, which leads right nice to the B flat 7. Okay, bar 25 is a B flat diminished. Okay, some people play A7, and then they'll substitute. Okay, we're going to stick with the diminished. And you can use that substitution in there while the diminished is going on. So we're all cool with anything you want to do in there. Just one measure, then to B flat, then to D7, then to G minor, then 2 dominant, 5, 1. Isn't that crazy? And I like this line. See that? Okay, so I'm just going to put the track on 2 times through, nice, 2 times through, nice and slow, and let's just play the changes. All right, and think about the changes a little bit because they're great, obviously. Okay, so go about maybe 87 again, nice and slow. I'm working. We're gonna take the piano out. All right, let's see here how this sounds. 1, 2. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna raise. I was making just a bass track and just a drum track for the collaboration. So I just have to reset my levels here. My apologies. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Remember, it's the 9th in the melody, so we don't want the A flat on top of the chord. Same here. Stay out of the way of this string. Okay, so let's take a little theory lesson here from Cole Porter, because this melody is insane. Starts off really nice, little pickups, the scale with the F sharp for the D7, implying the harmonic minor or the melodic minor. Right inside. Nice little neighboring tone, add some tension to the equation here. All right, the root of G minor now becomes the ninth of F minor. That's E flat. Okay, pickups getting back to now up to D7 arpeggio. Resolving back to the G minor third, chromatically, up to the D, which is now the 7th of E minor 7 flat 5, or the 5th of G minor 6, flat 5, to the 3rd of A7, D7. It's fascinating. Notice the C sharp there 2 times, right? Bar 12 with the chromatic. And now he lands on it for the chord tone. Great writing. It's like tension and release on the same note, only different harmony underneath it. Okay, second half, same pickups. Okay, different phrase with those triplets, finishes the phrase. Isn't that beautiful? Different way of approaching the melody. This, we talk a lot in improv about taking the same idea and making it your own. He made his own idea his own. So great example right there. Okay, now little pickups. Interval jump to the G over the diminished chord, B flat diminished. Down the scale to B flat, the 5th, up the scale, interval jump, 7th of D 7th, finishes the phrase to the roots, up the scale, chromatic, 9th, flat 9, chord changes, now that's the augmented. See that? It's great phrasing. So there is a lesson right there. So how could we take that and now kind of apply it to an improvisation when you're dealing with such a beautiful melody? How I would approach this tune is start simple. Just like the melody is really not a lot of notes. You don't have to have great technique to play this melody, meaning you don't have to be able to be John McLaughlin to play this melody. Okay, but tone is everything. John McLaughlin, as fast as he can play, when he plays a ballad with a melody, he just sings it out with beautiful tone. So we have to remember that. Okay, we want good tone on this. So I might start with some kind of harmonic minor idea. Maybe use that approach to get to the F minor, which is now the, see, instead of picking a 9th, I picked the minor 7. So I might start like, some kind of F minor, B flat 7, simple phrase. box of little riff ideas I go to. We have to create our own ideas. There's a great tune to do that in and to work on. Try to come up with 5 ideas over F minor, B flat 7, E flat, and then really internalize them all over the fingerboard, and that's your place to go to create. Right, the little riffs that we make up, that kind of stuff. Okay, then we get back to G minor, so I kind of like to think about the that note in the melody, which implies the harmonic minor or the diminished or the what am I trying to say? Augmented. Right, so a lot of stuff in there. On G minor. Now, here I start to think about E minor 7 flat 5 to A7. I'm thinking, again, A7th for 2 measures with that flat 9 in it. And then land on some kind of D7 chord tone. And now we have all our D7 tonalities. Mixolydian, diminished, harmonic minor, into some kind of lead up to the G minor. Great spot to put it in. Second half. Simple. Nothing wrong with going back to the melody. One of your little licks. Now this is an interesting part, this B flat diminished to B flat. You've got to come up with some kind of starting point there for yourself. Just look at those 2 measures. Great sound. It's a great substitution for a major too. And then once again, D7 back to G minor. Right, you got to look at that moving voice line in there. Do that. D7 flat 9, or keep that in there for the augmented. So you look at those little measures there and really kind of micromanage it a little bit. E natural for the last 4 measures there on the C7 dominant. Okay, that's interesting. That way he works that. Over the bar, very good. All right, with all that said, let's put the track on about 96. Go 3 times through, and then we'll pick up the tempo a little bit. I know that was a lot of information. Now we're just going to jam out for 10 minutes or so. Put the tracks down, and you could work with all this, you know, daily. Come on, you know, work with 4 measures at a time. Play through the tune every day for 5 times through, you know, and eventually you get these tunes if you play them every day, if you put them in your practice routine. Just playing the song, not necessarily doing too much to it, but playing it 5 times through and exploring. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Time, you got it. Okay, put the tempo up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to start this with playing the same rhythm and vibes of the melody. Same rhythms, basically. Different notes. Great way to start an improvisation. Let's check it out. I'll invert it. Different rhythms now. Neighbors. Chromatics. more time. Okay, so good analysis of the melody using the rhythms of the melody, different notes, using these same notes, different rhythms, kind of playing around with the melody. Don't forget those neighboring tones. I mean, he uses them in the melody, so you might as well consider it for improvisation as well. It's a fun way to dance around. Sometimes the note's not going to be right. You're going to say, oh, there's a clamp. That's okay. Improvisation is not perfect. So let's get the tempo a little more and just talk a little maybe about, this is going to be a 120 by the way. Talk a little about just looking at the chords and working some arpeggios. Mixed with scales, kind of look at it as a study. Doing is just mixing and matching arpeggios and scales, thinking about what chords coming up. Well, I'm not in time, so I don't have to fit anything in. I could take my time and think about what notes coming up, what chords coming up, and what relation and intervallic relation that note's going to be to the chord, and then start that tonal center from that note. Not always the root. And that's just kind of, taking 10 minutes a day, trial and error, and working this progression like that. Really taking your time. When you bars 5 through 6, 7, and 8, you're in E flat. So there's an A flat, right, for the B flat 7 and F minor 7, as opposed to an A natural in the key of B flat, the tonic key. All right, so stuff like that, just pay attention to. And with that said, 120, 4 choruses. We'll call it a day. I'll play the first one. All right, so that is very cool. I'm gonna make a WAV file of this and then an MP3. And this is 120. Make a slower tempo too, and then post them. Thank you very much. This was very enjoyable. I love this tune. I'm going to play it some more now. See you later.